Welcome everybody to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach, 𝐓𝐾𝐒. Our topic tonight is to distinguish the difference between organizing by style or by function. Before we get into the topic real quickly, I want to make you aware of children and adults with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, better known as CHAD. They provide evidence-based and evidence-informed information on their website at 𝐶HADD.org. Also like to make you aware of Attention Talk Radio, where you can find ADHD-related information at attentiontalkradio.com. Okay, I want to bring this concept to your attention because a lot of times, well, actually, I'm going to tell you a story. I was coaching a couple one time, and they wanted me to coach me. The dining room table was a mess. They had all kinds of stuff on it, and I'm like, "Well, what's on it?" And there's like just stuff, and I had to press them a little bit. But I found out the mail was there, and when they went shopping, grocery stuff was put there, like Tide or toilet paper, whatever. And I also was asking some questions and realized that they came into the house in an area where the closest flat surface to the door they came into was the dining table. And so I'm like, after a little bit of questions, I said, okay, well, I tell you what, where are you going to put a sorting table? And I said, what? I said, well, where are you going to put a sorting table? And I said, what are you talking about? I said, if you'll notice, everything on your dining room table, it's come into the house and it's waited to be sorted and distributed all over the house, like toilet paper in this bathroom, that bathroom, stuff to the laundry room, etc. I said, if you don't have a sorting table, then that's the reason your dining room is the way it is. It's functionally a sorting table. Now, the name of it was a dining room table, but functionally it was a sorting table. And I made that comment, and it was really kind of funny because I could hear the connection was there. So I was just sitting in silence, and 75 seconds later, they renamed the dining room table to the sorting table and declared that it was working perfectly. What's my point? My point is often we look at things and we label it, but functionally it's doing something else. And when we, in our homes and stuff, we have a tendency to latch on to labels and stuff like we traditionally always do, like that's a dining room, etc. It's funny, one time, oh God, this was like 10 or 15 years ago. I'm in Florida. We have a dining room. We don't really use it for eating, but my kids were in there doing homework at the time. And so I didn't really have an expensive dining room, but literally I took a drill with like a 4-inch drill bit, and I drilled a hole right in the middle of the table, and then changed the name of the dining room from the dining room to the media room. And the hole in the table was for everybody's laptop cord to go down to, so we weren't tripping all over it. Again, what was it functionally? It was a media room where everybody's doing their homework. The title of it was dining room. So why am I doing this? Well, basically, a lot of times we are organizing our world based off of style and what it's supposed to be, and functionally, it doesn't really work for us. I'll give you an example. It would seem strange if you had a table set up next to the front door, because it's aesthetically might not look very good, but functionally, for many people, if you had like a box there for each person, if you had to take anything with you to go to school or work, you might put it there, or you might put it in a pile of floor. Now, my older son doesn't have ADHD, but when he was in high school, it's funny, there was about 2.5-foot pile of stuff in front of the door almost all the time, and that was a reminder of anything that he needed to take to school or sports or kind of whatever. Aesthetically, it didn't look that great, but functionally, it was off the charts. And a lot of times people with ADHD can function very well if you organize your world functionally and let go of style a little bit. Now, you are interacting with some other people, and sometimes they have a need for aesthetics, but the point really is, I want to bring your attention to, sometimes you need to organize things functionally and let go of style. One other example that is a really good friend of mine turned me on a restaurateur who designs kitchen. And when they design a kitchen, a commercial kitchen, you want as minimal movement as possible. You want everything at each person's workstation, because you want to minimize the stuff for production thing. If things are scattered and people are zigzagging all over, they're banging into each other, that creates all kinds of issues and all kinds of problems. So functionally, they focus on like different workstations and what they need and keep the tools at that area. So anyway, hopefully this is giving you some thought and a little bit of a mindset that if you're organizing your world, think about the function of it before you always look at style. Because if you're struggling with organization and getting things done, maybe you should organize things functionally. With that, I hope that I've given you some insight and cause to think. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe. We release nuggets like this each week. And comments, please. Really love to hear how you might have come up with some real functional things that might be a little wacky for other viewers to read. So with that, we hope you've enjoyed this edition of Attention Talk Video. Take care.